Alright, what is going on, guys? Excuse my voice, I'm still recovering from an operation. That being said, we still need to get shit done. Next Sunday, we're going to SoCal Euro, and before we go, I want to address one of the biggest issues that I've had on this car. One of the biggest non-issue issues that I've had on this car ever since I bought the car. And it's been enough of an issue that it has made me want to change it, but I haven't for the last year of owning the car because it's an issue, but it's not a super huge issue. But we're going to fix it today. So the issue is the stance of the car, the way the car sits. It looks good in the front. The way the front is lowered, it looks freaking pretty mint. But the way the back is sitting is not the way I want it to sit relative to the front. So it's too high in the back. So if you guys kind of look at it from the front angle, it kind of nosedives a little bit. The car kind of sits a little bit like that. And so what it does is that line that runs the full side of the car, it sort of props it up a little bit. So it makes the car look a little bit aggressive. I kind of think it makes it look pregnant, if that makes sense. I don't know, it's always kind of bothered me, but today we're gonna fix it because the rear just does not sit low enough. Now here are the factory measurements I took from the way it sits right now. I think it's on H&R race springs, I'm not exactly sure. When you buy fixed springs like that, like H&R race springs, it's supposed to set the entire car sort of the same way, so the rear should be set up the same and the front should be set up the same. On this, they're not. So the right rear is actually lower than the left rear of the car, and the left front is actually lower than the right front of the car, so it's not even sitting, not even lowered evenly. BR extreme lows. I got them in extreme lows. I don't think we're going to be dropping it as far as we can, but they're considered a custom build because I got Swift springs with it. So these should be pretty nice. They're going to be a lot nicer than the springs and struts we have in them now. So today we're just going to be installing them. One thing I'm going to tell you guys right now is we're not going to be doing a DIY on this right now. I will be doing a DIY when we put coilovers on the bucket here. Reason being, I'm still kind of recovering, so I'm not like super keen to do an ass load of work today. DIYs typically take up a lot more time. Not to mention that measuring it and dialing these in are going to take a lot of effort anyway. And also, this is the first time that I've ever installed or set up coilovers. So I'm going to learn some tips and tricks, and then hopefully when we actually do the DIY, I'll be able to give you guys some better pointers and some better direction. Ooh, they look so nice though. You like?
I like. What is this?
That's a slider.
BC.
Yes?
I've been looking into coilovers recently. There's have you heard of STX? There's STXs, they're like $1,300.
That's how much these were. Yeah, these are BCs. They're extreme lows with Swift spring upgrades.
Well, the ones that I'm looking into, they only, for the rears, they go to 1.4 inches, and the fronts is 1.2, which is 0.2 inches more than my front is.
I don't know what the 4-inch drop on these are, but should be pretty late.
Well, especially the STs, they come an inch lower than the regular Fiestas anyways.
Yeah.
So it'll be 1.5 inches lower than, or it'll be 2.5 inches lower than a regular Fiesta.
In the factory, yeah. I just want to get rid of that fucking, the way the rear is lowered.
Dude, the rear on my car is so bad. Even though it's lower, dude, it's still got hella wheel gap.
Yeah, mine it just fucks up the whole look of the car. It just doesn't look right, and I hate that shit. So, and SoCal Euro's next Sunday if you want to go.
Maybe. You stock? Look at this, dude.
I will give it to these tires though. These things have lasted a fucking long ass time.
Oh yeah?
Dude, I've run these tires for fucking almost a year now. And I ran them at 2 race labels.
Alright.
Drop it.
Right there.
Fuck you.
Very nice. Look how small those little nuts are. Very nice.
Yeah, it's still good.
Nice shock.
Whoa!
Sus. Get it.
Just fucking run it all the way down. Fuck it.
Slam it.
Slam that shit, bro.
So small.
Dude, right? Like it's a fucking baby little string.
String rate is probably pretty not.
That's funny as fuck.
There's that.
Oh, yeah.
So that makes sense now.
Right. Oh, so now we're going to have to fucking jack up
That bad boy.
that to get it to even
go on.
sit in.
Is that M for more?
Yeah.
More Slav?
M for meme. More Slav.
Mimamoto.
That shit didn't even move, bro.
I know. Bruh. Here, let's take this wheel gap, bro.
Am I even gonna be able to put the wheel on?
You put the wheel on. Oh.
Oh, yes. When I first got the car, I kind of had a rear end clunk. Fucking both of those were loose, bro.
The top bolt?
The top bolt was fucking loose. I went to tighten it, and I went like this. And I was like, oh shit. So I literally backed it off with my fucking fingers, bro. There it is, buddy.
Coilovers for rears, if the coil's not over it, I don't consider it a coilover. It's just a spring with an adjustability. It's not really a coilover.
Well, coilovers is kind of just like a general
I know.
term for adjustable suspension.
I know.
It's not a true coilover.
Yes,
And
for rears.
And even then on the fronts on these,
Yeah.
the factory struts are true coilovers. Look at that bump stop. Ooh.
Are you positive?
Yes. Yes.
That's his chicken, yes? Hello, vanilla face. Oh my goodness. Bruh.
Hey, that's actually pretty fucking dope, dude.
Yeah.
That's actually not
A
bad.
little tuck, let's feel. Let's take a feel.
Dude, that's actually sitting like fucking perfect.
100% slammed.
Dude, yeah, that's fucking on it. I kind of want to almost take it lower.
Can you?
Oh, yeah.
How?
So I kind of want to take it even lower than that, so I think we're going to ditch the little spring collars.
That's so when you do this?
Yeah.
Working on it. Take a little longer than I expect.
Yes.
That's a good Slav.
That's begun. Where your rubber. Oh!
There you go.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. That's fucking nice. 22 3/4, 22 1/4. So this side's actually lower.
There's not much you can do about that though.
Well, I could put a perch back in on that side. I think I'm going to drive around with it for a couple of days. Because it's,
yeah.
we just set it down, it needs to settle a bit, you know? So I'll come back.
Plus your driveway's kind of like this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, you know? So, not to mention we just logged revenue and shaking down the car yet. Ooh. I'm going to get.
That's factory.
Ooh.
Are you going to take the bar off or?
I'm not going to adjust anything yet.
Yeah.
I like how some people like think they can actually properly set the camera just by doing it by hand.
No, you need an alignment
I'm not
rack.
even gonna get fucking close, bro. So there's like no point. Right about there. How about now? It's one tip to doing suspensions is if you keep everything loose, you can like shake it down and move shit around, which is really nice.
And then just tighten it all up in the end.
Exactly. Boom!
Very blue.
Ow! Fuck, that's hot. Too much of a pain in the ass is this gonna be.
My teeth.
Let's lather it, bro. Get that going. I gotta torque some bolts. So that's the factory spindle height. That's the factory spindle height with lowering springs. And then here is it with it on coilovers, just loose. So it's like right in the middle of the fender well. And this one over here is like way fucking down low. That's pretty crazy.
Bye. Everything's trying to get away from you, dude.
Nothing likes me, bro.
It's because you're abusive.
Because I make them do their job, bro.
Because I make them do their job. You're like a manager.
Most like at-home tools just sit and look pretty because none of these fucking pussies build their cars. I put my tools to work and they don't like it.
You gonna lower it and see how it looks?
Yeah, we'll sort of adjust from that.
Accordingly.
42, 34. That was pretty close. I got it pretty close by hand. That's nice.
Turner. Did you get it? Fuck.
That sits so high. Yeah, dude, with this thing off the ground, the tires are barely even gonna leave the wheel well. Look at that. That's freaking mad. Oh, look at that shit. Grease popping out. That lower ball joint's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that one's fucked too. Look at that. Might be doing lower control arms, boys. Fairly soon. Oh, nice.
There it is. My mom did something to my ankle.
Your mom did something to your ankle?
She adjusted it yesterday, but I think she fucked it up.
That sits so fucking high.
That's so sketchy, dude.
That's pretty low.
Yeah, dude. Looks good though.
It does look good, but that's too low, bro.
It'd be fun if you had low pros.
Yeah.
But you don't.
That setup is just too meaty.
Yeah.
Stance boy, huh? That's pretty stance boy.
Yeah.
He does look good like that, but that's just too low, honestly. The front is just too low. So we're gonna dial it back a little bit. But it looks good. I'm finally actually gonna be happy with the suspension setup on this thing. Measuring from the bottom of the coil to right about that black perch right underneath the spring, that's about 2 3/4. So I'm going to take it up maybe 1/2 inch. So that'll put us at 3 1/4. Almost there. Alright, let's see what that did. Fender to ground 24/6. We're at 24 1/4. So I'm thinking another 1/4 inch. Alright, so I've got this side just about where I want it. So now I'm measuring from the top hat down to right around this spindle. It's about 2 marks down from the 11, so that's where I'm going to set the other coil at, and hopefully the front end should be squared out. And we're 1/10 inch lower than we were on those springs. So it's a little bit lower, 1/10 inch, but that should be perfect. Looks about the same too. Now of course, driving the car, the suspension is going to settle a little bit and sort of set everything where it's going to be, so the ride height might even change after I drive it for a couple of days. We're going to come back and recheck everything and just finally set everything once over. Alright, so it's now set up where I want it to be, and it sits 1/10 inch lower than what the fronts were with the other springs on. But the main difference is at the back. So now it's kind of taken that whole sideline of the car and made it flat again, which I think freaking looks mad because this thing looks bitchin' now. I'm super happy with the way these turned out, so I think I'm going to go take it around the block real quick just to make sure everything feels good. And then in another couple of days we'll come back, remeasure it. We might end up putting some of the locking rings back in on that side just to raise that side if it doesn't like sort of correct itself, because it is a little bit lower on the passenger side on the rear. So we'll see. Alright, so I just took it for a quick cruise around the block, and I'm actually really freaking impressed on how this thing rides now. It is low, really low in the rear, but I don't know if this is because it's just me in the car. Maybe had a bunch of other people it might rub, but it did not rub at all, and I was sending it through some pretty gnarly corners. Another thing I did was I like kind of went out of my way and hit potholes and like imperfections in the road that I normally would avoid, just to see how the car would handle it, just to see if it would scrape, if it would rub, if it would do whatever. With the ride height it is now and just the quality of the coilovers, it's actually freaking much better than the old shocks and springs that I had, despite it being at a higher ride height. So for one, yes, it is a bit stiffer. It's a good bit stiffer. I noticed that, so I fucked with the rear dial setting on the damper, and so I made it a little bit softer. I still need to do some more fine adjustments with it, but it was hitting things that normally would make really bad, ugly noises, and those noises are no longer there. I feel like the car is much more composed when going over little potholes and things that would kind of upset the chassis a little bit. It sort of took it a lot better, so I was actually really impressed. Not freaking bad. So not only does it freaking look better, but it also feels better too, which is nice. It is a little bit stiffer, and it kind of tracked a little bit when I was going at a higher speed, but I do need to get it aligned still. I have not aligned it yet. I'm going to be doing a quick toe set at work tomorrow, and then hopefully in the next week or so when I'm at school I can get it on the full alignment rack and do a proper alignment, set the toe, set the camber, set all that good stuff. But I'm actually pretty freaking impressed. The only thing is when I hit a bump, I hit like a pothole during a left-hand corner. I hit a bump and it kind of scraped a little bit. I thought I heard some scraping on the right rear, and that is the corner that is almost half an inch lower than the other side on the left side of the rear. So I do need to get that adjusted. I need to fix that issue. We're going to do that another day, because I want the suspension to settle a little bit more before we start making the final adjustments and really dial it in. But it feels freaking good. I'm pretty impressed with it. And she's ready for SoCal Euro. This is going to be freaking nice. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Keep it fresh, and I'll see you guys later.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are